Hiya everyone and welcome back to my channel. So it's been quite a while actually since I did a update. I can't remember how long ago exactly, but I think it's been about 4 weeks I think. So yeah, the last month or so it's been awful. June was a really bad month, not so much with Plan and Slimming World, but in my life I guess. So the last update that I did, I mentioned about what happened with the car and Cleo, our dog. So I'll just bring you up to speed as to what's going on. I'm sorry if I look a bit red. I'm just really warm today. And I've got the fan on if you can hear that. So let's start. So I believe I did the last update at the beginning of June. I think it was like the 1st or 2nd, something like that. So we had the results for Cleo, and unfortunately she was diagnosed with lymphoma, and we were heartbroken and devastated. That set off my anxiety. I had quite a few panic attacks within the space of a few days, so I was really unwell with my anxiety. And then obviously we didn't have a car because that failed its MOT. So we were basically a month without a car. So when we found out about Cleo, that's worse to me than the car, because with the car, you know, you can make arrangements with people, even though we didn't like relying on other people. You know, we were really lucky that our family sort of stepped in and said, look, you know, we'll help you wherever you need. But the good news is that Cleo is now having treatment. She's having chemotherapy and she's responding really well. She's not out of the woods yet, but she's having this treatment in a specialist vet, which is like an hour and a half away. So when we didn't have the car, that was a bit, you know, that was a panic. It was like, how are we going to get there? So my dad graciously took us the 1 week, and then we were able to borrow my husband's mother's car. My husband drove it, so we were quite lucky with that. And then it came then to the end of the month. Now we were sort of thinking, oh God, what are we going to do? But we were quite lucky. We went out looking for a car, just to see if there was anything around that we could afford. We found a really good place near us, and we managed to get a car, which was such a weight off our shoulders. You know, I couldn't get to class, so I missed 2 weeks of class. I did go once on the train, but it was awful. You know, I nearly had a panic attack. It took everything to keep it inside of me. You know, I walked down to the train station. My mother picked me up from the train station on the other side and took me to class, but it was just being around people and, you know, focusing on that. And, you know, my social anxiety, I guess, seems to have got worse. So when I go out now, I have to have something to focus on, especially if I'm on my own. You know, I won't go out on my own unless I really have to. You know, I go to class, which is hard, but I know I need to go. You know, my best friend is there. Everyone's really nice, and my consultant, she knows about my anxiety problems, and she's really understanding. So she knows that, you know, when it comes to image therapy, she'll like talk to me for, you know, a few seconds, and then she'll move on, because I don't really like talking in front of people. I do the shop, you know, and she always asks me, are you okay to do it? Are you sure? And I think that's good for me to do, because I feel like I'm part of something, and because I'm not working, you know, I think it's just something that I can do to keep myself going. You know, people talk to me, they ask me questions, you know, and they're genuinely interested in how I am. So yeah, so we've got a car now. It's a lovely little car. It's really, really nice to drive. I was really panicking about driving it because my husband is the type of person who can get in a car, any car, and drive it within like 10 minutes. Not even that, within, you know, it's like he's driven it for years. So, but I'm not that type of person. Like I was afraid to drive our first car. Every car I've ever had, I get panicky with. But I have to say this car is a lot easier to drive than our old car. It's a lovely little Corsa. It is I think it's 5 years old, but it's in amazing condition. It's got loads of like automatic things on it, like automatic lights, automatic windscreen wipers. It's got cruise control. It's got all these things, which is really, really strange for us because we had our car like 10 years ago and all it had was like air conditioning and that was it. You know, so it's really, really nice to have that now because we've got our freedom back. My husband was struggling getting back and forth to work. You know, people were more than happy to, you know, bring him back and forth, but you know, that sort of gets to you after a while because, you know, it's relying on other people, even though they don't mind at all. In your brain you're sort of like, oh, you know, I'm relying on these people, they're gonna, you know, and that's what it got to. But you know, everyone's been brilliant. So after that ramble, we now have a car, which is great. My husband can get back and forth to work, I can go to class, and more importantly, we can take Cleo to her treatments when she needs to. So currently she's having one treatment a week on a Friday, and that's for 4 weeks. The 4th week is this week, and then next week she doesn't have a treatment. She has like a 1 week break. So she's doing really well. The lymph nodes have shrunk drastically. There's 3 of them that are still enlarged. I can't remember which ones. But she had a bit of a reaction to the last, not the last one, the one before. It was a tablet, and she had a reaction, and she's had cystitis, which is, you know, it's not really nice for her, but it means that she's having a lot of accidents. We're hoping she's coming to the end now, but she doesn't understand, and you know, we can't go and scold her for doing it because she's not well. But what we're doing now is we're sort of being a bit more firm with her, not telling her off, but you know, so she understands that she needs to go outside, and perhaps by doing that it's going to help her along. But apart from that, she's doing really, really well. You know, she's still her bubbly self. She has lost a bit of weight, which we were concerned about, but they are keeping an eye on it. And this week she's got an infusion. So we drive up to this place, and then what we normally do is, they're normally a couple of hours, but I think this one's going to be a bit longer because it's the drip, the infusion. So we drive into the little town which is near it, and we find a cafe, and we have like something to eat and, you know, coffee or whatever, and then, you know, we'll have a little walk around. So that's everything that's been going on. My anxiety's been really, really bad. Like I said, my social anxiety has got a lot worse. If I have to go out on my own, it takes me about an hour to talk myself into it. You know, I've had appointments which I've had to go to, and I know I have to go, like my counselling and my therapy and doctor's appointments and things. So, you know, it does take me a while to sort of get there, but I do go. Now if I'm out and I have to go to, you know, like say for example I'm going to Home Bargains or Asda, I have to have something to take my focus off the people. So I play Pokemon Go. I don't know if anyone of my subscribers have heard of it, but I really enjoy it. It's just a bit of fun. It's on an app on your phone, and that takes the focus away from, you know, all these people that are around me, and can help stay the panic. So I just concentrate on that. Obviously I watch where I'm going, but when I'm sometimes out with my husband and I'm playing it, sometimes I sort of, my eyes drift, and sometimes I've nearly walked into things. But yeah, you have to be really careful when you're playing it, but I find that it helps me focus on something, which I don't know, you know, that sounds a bit silly, but it helps me get through the people around me, you know, because I'm always thinking, what do they think of me? Are they looking at me? You know, and it's got really bad, and my anxiety's been, you know, awful. But, you know, it's still not good. I'm still struggling. But I'm getting there. So, you know, that's that. Also, I have been having problems with the pain that I'm in. I had an appointment for my jaw, you know, my TMJ that I've talked about, because I've been in agony, and I've been having a lot of pain in my left shoulder. The pain is so bad that sometimes it, you know, it takes my breath away, and it's actually like someone stabbing me in the shoulder. So when I spoke to my consultant in the hospital, they said, look, you know, they've done everything that they can for my jaw, because they can't cure TMJ. All they can do is really give you painkillers, or they were giving me amitriptyline, but I had to stop taking them because I'm now taking sertraline for my anxiety and depression, and I'm on the highest dose. So there's nothing really they can do. So what they're doing is they are giving me an MRI, which I am a bit scared about, but you know, that should give them some answers to see if there is anything more that they can do with my jaw. And they've also referred me to the chronic pain team, which I'm still waiting on an appointment for, because my consultant thinks there's something else underlying, another condition. He did mention fibromyalgia, which did scare me, because I know that that's, you know, a really bad condition, and I've read up on it. And but if it is that, at least I know what it is, and they can treat it. So they've put me on really strong painkillers, which I'm taking every day, every 4 hours, and sometimes even they don't cut it. So I'm hoping that when I get to the chronic pain team, that they can give me something. They can diagnose me with whatever it is, and they can give me something maybe a bit stronger, or something that will target my pain. So yeah, been a bit of a crappy month, but I'm hoping now that we come in to the other side. So weight wise, I'm still around the same as where I was. So I've not put on loads of weight. I'm struggling to eat at the moment. So I'm only having, say, 2 meals a day, but I am trying to get that back up. So I'd probably normally have lunch and tea, or I would have maybe something breakfast time and then nothing till tea time. And then some days I wouldn't have anything all day because I didn't really feel hungry, or I felt a bit sick. And then I'd have a tea in the night. So I am really, really trying to get back into regular eating. But I think that I've been focused on everything else and not focused on myself. And I don't really want to take care of myself. You know, I just want to take my tablets and stay in bed. Because when I'm sleeping, I don't feel the pain. But yeah, so today I've had breakfast, which is a breakthrough, and I'm gonna try and have lunch. It might be a later lunch, but I'm hoping that I can have lunch and then I'll have tea. So yeah, I'm 3 stone 13 pounds. That's where I'm lost at the moment. So I went to class yesterday and I lost a pound. The week before I lost half, and then I gained half. So, you know, I've not lost a lot in the last couple of weeks, but I'm happy because I've not gained a whole lot. I did gain a half a pound after 2 weeks away from class, but I lost that the week after, and it was just, you know, I spoke to my consultant about it and I said, look, you know, all these things are going on, and she said, you know, half a pound gain is nothing really. You know, I'm not going to the toilet properly, sorry for too much information, because the tablets I'm taking codeine, the 3500s, and they do tend to block me up a little bit, but I'm hoping that I can get on different medication soon. So yeah, you know, I need £1 for my 4 stone award. It's been really, really slow getting there, but I had a chat with my consultant yesterday again, and I'm really lucky that, you know, she understands, and, you know, it's not sort of like, oh well, you know, you haven't been losing weight, what's going on, etc. But I spoke to her and I said, you know, I'm just taking it one day at a time, and that's what she said. She'd do it pound by pound. Don't think of, you know, you need so many stone to get to target or whatever. Just think of it pound by pound. So that's what I'm doing. So I need £1 now for my 4 stone. So that's what I'm looking for. If I can look for £1 a week until, you know, everything is falling into place. Once I've been to the chronic pain team, I had my MRI, and they can diagnose me and I can be on the proper pain medication, then, you know, until that happens, and once my anxiety starts to settle again, you know, I can look at having, you know, maybe £3 or whatever. But, you know, £1 a week, that's what I'm going to be looking for. So yeah, it's been a bit of a struggle, but I've not once gone off plan. The only day I had off plan was Friday just gone, because it was our 10-year wedding anniversary. So that's the only day that I've had off plan, and I lost £1 yesterday, so, you know, I don't understand that. But up until then and after then, I was 100%. So, you know, I could have used this again as an excuse to go off plan and think, right, well, nothing is going right, everything has gone to, you know, gone to shit basically, and why, you know, just don't bother about it. But, you know, I found that I couldn't eat, and it's not because I was starving myself, it's not because I thought, well, you know, if I don't eat then I'll lose, because that doesn't happen for me. If I don't eat, you know, my proper meals, then that can interfere with my weight loss in a negative way. But, you know, like I said, I could have just said, bugger it, you know, I'm gonna have what I want, everything's going crap, you know, I'm gonna eat my emotions, but I didn't. So that is a positive, that is a win for me. I've not had a panic attack now, I believe in just over a week, so that's really, really good for me. You know, I still have those feelings, they're still there. If I'm going out, they're there. Even sometimes when I'm sitting in the house, like I've had a delivery of shopping this morning, I was panicking about that because I have to talk to somebody, but, you know, it's done now, and I'm hoping that things will only improve. So that's it really. My plans for this week, I bought 3 packs of Scan Bran in class yesterday, and I got the new magazine as well, so I'm going to have a read of that. Now, the reason why I got 3 packs of Scan Bran is because on Instagram I follow Mrs. Mummy Wright, and she did in her stories overnight Scan Bran. Now, I do like overnight oats, and I've done chia pudding and things, and it looked so good. So I thought, right, I'm going to try that. And the weeks where I've had Scan Bran before, I've had, you know, at least £1 loss. So I thought, right, I'm going to try it. So all I did, and it was really, really nice. It was like a pudding really, but so filling as well. So what I did is, it's like the tiramisu. I soaked the Scan Bran in coffee until it went a bit soggy, and then I just layered it. So I put 2 in the bottom, and then what I did then is I made up my quark. So I had a pot of quark, and I put in 2 sins of white chocolate options and some sweetener, mix that all together, and then layered it. So I put the Scan Bran, then a layer of the quark, then Scan Bran again, and then the quark, and then, you know, so it's like a little bit like a lasagna really. So I did that, and then put it in the fridge and left it go overnight, excuse me. And then when I got up this morning, it was a late breakfast, it was around 11, but when I got up then, I thought, you know, because I wanted to have something ready, because if I don't have something ready, I'll just be like, oh well, you know, I can't be bothered. So I had that, and then what I did was I put a level tablespoon of golden syrup over the top, which is 2.5 sins, and then I put some strawberries on, and I also had a nectarine and a pear, so the fruit was all speed, and it was so good. What I'll do is I'll put a photo in here now. And just to show you what I had, but it was so good. I definitely recommend it, and I think I'll do that every day. I've got 1 pot of cork left, so I can do it with cork, and I've also got the Skinny Latte Muller Light yogurt. So what I'm gonna do as well with that is I will do it like the tiramisu, but I'll do it overnight and see how that turns out. I don't know if I'd add the golden syrup to that, but you know, I might, I don't know. But yeah, so I'm going to try that. Maybe not every day. I have got enough Scan Bran for every day. But they call it something like the Scan Bran challenge or something. I don't know, but I'm going to make sure that I drink plenty. So I've got my Hydrate Mate. I'm going to aim for about 4 of these a day. I'm going to start tracking it. Even though I've got Plant Nanny app, I think I'm going to start tracking it in my journal as well. I've got 1 week left on this one, and then I've got my summer journal, the new sort of orangey one. So yeah, I'm gonna make sure that I have plenty of water. Sorry, I'm really thirsty. I'm gonna have at least, I'm hoping to get at least 4 of those in a day, so there's plenty to flush it all through. But you know, if you want to know how I made it, let me know, and I can try and film, because I'm not really up to speed on filming these recipe videos, but I will give it a go. So yeah, I'm gonna do that for breakfasts. I have got other things here for beet choices as well, like I've got some hi-fi bars, but you know, I'm hoping I can do those for breakfast, maybe, you know, every day. It's something that I could eat every day. It's not something that I think I would get bored of, because it's so good, so nice, and really filling as well, because you've got the cork, which is protein, and then you've got the Scan Bran, which is full of fibre as well, and you've got your speed food with the fruit. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing for breakfast. Then I'm going to make this week a Slimming World cottage pie in the slow cooker, because my oven's on the blink, and I am going to do that in there, and I can have that, I can portion that out, and I'll probably put my cheese on top, and then have that with vegetables, you know, cabbage, broccoli, sprouts, carrots, that sort of thing. And I've got that then for the week, and I've also got some of my Provençal chicken left that I made, which is the Schwartz one, which was like 5 cents for the sachet, but it makes quite a lot. I've been having it with rice, I've had it with zoodles or courgette, whichever you call it. So yeah, I am really focused this week. On Friday, like I said, we're taking Cleo up for her treatment. So we found this really nice cafe that we go in. So I have been having a frappe, but a frappy, or frappe, however you say it. But I think what I'm going to have this week is just, I'll have a black coffee, I'll have some boiled eggs, which is what I had before, and see if there's, you know, boiled eggs and beans or something that I can have on plan. You know, my husband would probably have something like a breakfast, so I won't feel like I'm missing out. Or I might do my overnight Scan Bran and take that and eat that in the car. Who knows? So yeah, I think I've rambled enough now, but I just wanted to say thank you to everyone for sticking by me. I know it's been a while, and I am sorry for that. I've just had so much crap going on, and you know, being ill, being poorly, my anxiety's been through the roof, and my pain has been really bad, and obviously with Cleo as well, you know, that's been breaking my heart, but hopefully she's on the mend. Yeah, so let's have a positive. We've got a car, you know, we can go and we can do what we want to do with that. She's getting better, Cleo's getting better, and you know, hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll know in a couple of weeks if she's in remission. If she's in remission, then, you know, we're just gonna celebrate, I think. Yeah, so thank you so much, and I am going to make an effort to keep on top of these updates, keep on top of my food diaries, you know, shopping hauls, that kind of thing. If you've got any ideas of other videos I can do, you know, whether it's Slimming World related, diet, anxiety, whether it's about, you know, pain, or, you know, if any of you guys have got fibromyalgia, you know, let me know. You know, I would love your support on that, and you do all give me your support anyway. And if I can give support as well, if anyone is going through anything similar to what I'm going through, you know, I'm here for you as well. So yeah, that's it. Thank you so much, everybody. You know, I love this community so much, and I did feel really guilty for not coming on here and not updating you, because I've fallen behind on everyone else's videos again. I'm so sorry, but you know, I'm gonna take some time out to myself and get through everyone's videos and get back up to speed. So thank you again. I know I've said that like loads of times, but I really do mean it from the bottom of my heart. You know, you guys mean a lot to me. So I'm gonna go now, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Hopefully it won't be too long. It shouldn't be. But yeah, I'll see you soon, everyone. Bye.